Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to talk about whether or not plants and trees choose their humans. Interesting? If you're here, I imagine you already have a tree or a plant friend waiting for you. And do trees and plants choose their humans? Most definitely. And if you're wondering, how do I know that? Because I have tree friends. So do you have a tree or a plant friend who says hello to you, or you say hello to, even if it's unconsciously? Through your thoughts, emotions, energy. Because trees can energetically and emotionally connect with us. And they can teach us, play with us, guide us, and protect us. This is especially impactful for sensitive people, plant empaths, people who connect emotionally with trees. I do think that every plant or a tree has a limitation to support particular human beings. However, some trees can literally choose humans to protect them almost all the time. And this is usually pre-decided by our higher selves and that particular tree's or plant's higher self even. For example, for me, Mr. Burke, my name tree guardian plant tree, and Mr. Leafy, who's a banana plant, also my other guardian, are two plant and tree friends who I rely on for protection, for guidance, for companionship, for material support, and for friendship and company even. And please bear in mind, they have other humans in their lives too. For example, Mr. Burke, my name tree, has met some of my human friends and my kid friends too. On the other hand, Mr. Leafy, my banana plant guardian, was purchased by my mother and is still groomed by her. However, they have chosen me in ways that allow them to actually watch over me and my material needs. And of course, I give them treats too. For example, Mr. Burke is very particular about his hugs, and he doesn't like just hugs with one hand. He needs hugs with two hands for me to get a response from him. But it doesn't change the fact that they have actively chosen me as their human. But I must mention that this doesn't always mean that I or other human beings can get away with not calling on them when they need help. Because trees and plants, especially our tree and plant guardians, expect human beings to call on them, talk to them, ask for help, give them treats, physically go to them from time to time. Because sometimes we can just think of a tree and plant and be like, I love that tree, I love that plant. But do we often go physically to that plant from time to time? And it's not just you, even I have to make a mental note to go and visit Mr. Burke or Mr. Leafy. And Mr. Leafy is a plant in my house, but I still have to make a mental note to go and visit him. And sometimes we consider being someone's human. We expect them to watch over us in ways that are territorial and extremely protective. The plants and trees can do that. However, we as the humans of plants and trees need to also make an effort to recognize them, speak with them, hug them, give them treats, and build relationships with them. We can't expect to be chosen by trees or plants without making any effort to act like the chosen. So what do tree and plant watchers actually do? Also, I do have to mention, tree and plant watchers don't do everything we ask them to do. Rather, they tell us what's needed for us to do and reveal information that humans cannot pay attention to with ease. For example, I have asked Mr. Burke for so many things. But most often, he, and I'm saying he because Mr. Burke identifies as a masculine tree, and trees can do that. They can have gender, not have gender as well. But anyways, Mr. Berg gives me information that seems random, not really related to the situation at hand, but is accurate when looked at from a certain perspective. And that again is important when it comes to tree and plant watchers. If we don't have the capacity to look at their perspective, we might never benefit from the watching over you gifts. And what a gift it is, because you get to live the best of both worlds, the human world and the plant world. How glorious. At least that's the way I look at it. And plants have taught me so much, and trees have taught me so much. Honestly, my friendship with plants and trees is making me want to choose to be a tree in my next lifetime. They didn't even have to market it to me, my tree and plant friends. They were just being themselves. And I realized through them that there is no nonsense in the plant world, something that the human world is often filled with. I think plants have a no nonsense, especially by humans policy. And can we blame them? It is almost as though they know all tactics humans can play on each other and even on the plant world. And I feel blessed that Mr. Burke, Mr. Leafy have taken me under their wing and taught me critical learnings that no human being has been able to reveal to me. This includes human guides that I follow, my friends that I rely on, my parents, or even other tree and plants. And sometimes we need such allies by our side. Because plant and tree allies or watchers have the capacity to put us first only. And sometimes this can be beneficial, especially when we are unable to put ourselves first. And that can happen so many times in our life. And this is where nature-based healing and spiritual connection with plants can support emotional healing, energy balancing, even emotional health. But I do have to repeat myself, not all plants and trees can constantly watch over us. I do believe that there are certain trees and plants that impact specific individuals in ways that are extremely protective, sometimes defensive, extremely intimate. They can't have that similar connection with somebody else. Deeply spiritual and aligned with that human being's soul path. And also their own path as trees and plants. And we might not think of a tree and plant having their own soul paths, but they do. And may I humbly add, if we are assuming that as humans we get to choose the trees and plants that watch over us, we are absolutely wrong. Because trees and plants also have will. And Mr. Burke tells me that it could be very different, or slightly different, even similar from human will. But they can choose to say no to supporting humans too. And as I mentioned, there is no pretending or manipulating a tree or a plant. They aren't humans who can be bribed or taken advantage of. They will simply stop responding to humans if they aren't chosen by their higher selves to be their plant or tree guardian specifically, or if they aren't kind to them either. I've seen this firsthand with Berkey. When I would go meet Berkey, after days of not meeting him, he would not talk to me because it wasn't kind to him, and I'm his friend. And friends don't do that. So please know that I say this with proof. We have to focus on building a proper relationship with our tree and plant friends and guardians. Otherwise, it's not going to work, and we will miss out on the gifts that trees and plants hold for us. You must be wondering, who's this lady I've been listening to for so long? Let me introduce myself. Hi, my name is Pranita Rao. I am a former dentist, published science author, intuitive abstract artist, certified Reiki and angelic Reiki practitioner, angelic medium, and a plant empath. I work with sensitive individuals to help them heal emotionally and energetically through plants, tree energy, and tree Reiki. I also help individuals rebuild energetic boundaries, reconnect with their intuition to work safely with plant allies and nature guides. My approach is structured, ethical, and emotionally supportive. The work that I do is fun, earthy, emotionally inspiring, and respectful of individual capacity. I offer education-based spiritual services for individuals globally who are ready to take responsibility for their healing and their gifts. So, if you feel drawn to plant healing, nature-based healing, energy regulation, or just you feel like working with your plant guide, your plant or tree guardian, you can book an appointment with me through the link in my YouTube channel bio. Please know that I accept a limited number of one-on-one clients each month to maintain my depth and energetic integrity. And in our sessions, I will support you with emotional, energetic clearing, inner child support, intuitive development, plant companion guidance, protection, and energetic healing through plants and trees. This work is for individuals who are ready to learn, apply, and participate actively in their growth. And if you're seeking a long-term coach who understands sensitivity, your sensitivity towards trees and plants, your tree and plant allies without judgment and values, depth alongside boundaries, please book your appointment with me today. And please remember, to your plant and tree allies, your emotions, energy, and relationship with them matters the most. And support, according to me, works best when it is learned and not left to chance. So, if this video speaks to you, if you suddenly think and feel blessed to have a tree or a plant in your life who already watches over you, and you wish to build a better connection with them, I hope to see you soon. And if not, I hope you can like, share, and subscribe to my channel and stay tuned for more content that is educational, inspiring, and emotional. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have a story to share, especially about trees, plants, yourself, or you've taken something from this video that holds very close to your heart, please feel free to share it in the comment section below. I will make sure to reply to you. Thank you once again for your time and for your consideration to watch this video until the end. I appreciate it. Bye.